Welcome to the Wellness League podcast. You may wonder why there's an episode dropping on a Tuesday. Well, it just happens to be the 27th of February, which also means it's my birthday. So I thought I'd give a gift to the listeners. And so, enjoy. So for a bit of fun, I thought, firstly, I'm going to give you 10 life lessons that I've learned in the last 26 years. Plus, some of the lovely listeners have sent 16 fun facts that they would like to know about me. So, firstly, starting on number 1, life is like a wave. It's going to have up and downs in your life, and you're just going to have to ride them out. Like, for example, school isn't everything. Do what you enjoy, because there's many other ways of getting to your chosen career, and you will find them. Like, they will come. I think it's like anything. There's always another way to get there if you just look outside of the box. Number 2, dogs are very important to have in your life. You know, something like a little sausage dog like I have. There's nothing like coming home to something that gets so excited for you to be alive. There's nothing like having a cuddle from a small little sausage. But, I think having animals around is, a huge highlight in life. Number 3, this is a big one. I always say traveling the world and also traveling alone. You learn so much about yourself. Experiences are way better when the things are less planned as well. Play harder. Like, life isn't all about work as much as everybody says it is, and we're all working all the time, but we do have weekends for a reason. And if you're like me, you like to get out adventuring, do it. There's always time to be at home, but there's also time to go out and have fun. Like, if, for example, when I was building my house, it was a hard time because obviously it really consumed my life between work and building. And, it was just after COVID, so a lot of things were happening. But after a big year like that, you've got to enjoy it. Like, so I enjoy living in something that I created. And yeah, it's a big thing to look back and enjoy how hard you've worked, but then how much fun you had along the journey. Number 5 is surround yourself with good people. And if the people don't align with your goals, well, then they're not the people that are right for you. Get friends who are interested in the same thing, whether that is like you're training for the same thing or you have similar interests, because the friendship is so much stronger when you're on the right same kind of path. I know it's really hard in your 20s as well because everybody's in very life seasons, but there's always somebody that's on the same season as you, and it makes it much easier to be friends when you're on the same wavelength. The next one is number 6. Exercise is important, but do it in the way that you love. I think throughout my years I've always been some sort of fit ever since the earliest I can remember, like playing sport, even back to like Auskick as a 5-year-old. I think it's really important to always do something that you love, because once it starts getting boring, you won't put the effort in. I think I went through many phases in different kind of sports, whether that was CrossFit or triathlon or lifting weights or just doing stuff at the gym. But I always come back to something that I enjoy, and then you want to go back and do it more. Because if you're doing something that you don't really enjoy, then you're going to give up easier, and that's just not fun. So yeah, go and find a way of exercise that you enjoy, or else you won't want to keep coming back for more. Number 7 is money isn't everything, but you always will find a way of making money in tough times. There's so many other ways when you think outside of the box that you can make money, and you always get through the tough times. It will take a lot of work, and you just need to realize that. But yeah, money isn't and shouldn't be your whole life, because you can change that in an instant in many different ways. Number 8 is be creative, because life is boring if you don't look outside the box. It's okay to feel lost sometimes. It's because the new route is forming and a better door is opening. There's just sometimes that you may feel stuck, or you're doing the same thing every week, the same routine. But sometimes you just got to keep pushing through, because something is better coming around the corner. You don't know when that door is going to open, so keep pushing hard and keep your head up, because some fun is about to come, or a better journey in your life will be here soon. And I think just enjoy life, because you never know what's next to come. Something might happen out of the blue and you can never plan for that. So like we went through COVID, but we couldn't have planned for that, and we did what we knew was best. Number 9, motivation doesn't just come. You need to start and build a routine before the motivation comes to keep you going. It's like anything, unless you're motivated heavily in everything that you do, which we're not. We're humans, like we're never motivated to do everything. But I think sometimes you just got to dive in and do it, and the motivation comes later once you have like the reason to come back. So a lot of people have said to me as growing up, they're like, have you been so motivated? And I think I've never always been so motivated, but it's just the part of you need to start the journey, start the routine, and it will come from there. Okay, lucky last, number 10. Live life every day. Take a moment to breathe and reflect on where you come from and your goals in the future. I know a lot of people say don't set goals, but they don't have to be super tight goals. This could be simple as, one day I'd like to own a house. One day I'd like to travel the world. And it just gives you a reason to wake up every morning, and it gives you, like a boost to keep going, because it's great to set goals, but life is all about the journey on how you achieve them. So the way that you get to achieve that goal, but then also make sure you celebrate that goal at the end. All right. Whew. Big 10 tough life things that I've learned. Look, I could have absolutely have said more, but I think that's the 10 most important. So let's jump into the fun part now, and this is the listener questions. You might even notice that we have a special guest on this bonus ep, and that is my brother Noah, who will be asking the questions. So let's start them.
Question number 1, Dachshund or Golden Retriever?
Or definitely a Dachshund, but I like Golden Retriever videos, but definitely a Dachshund.
Question 2, Dream podcast guest?
Oh, we all know the answer to that one.
Me.
Anna Mears or Beth Mead?
Question 3, what's the last thing you Googled?
Plane tickets so that we can go to Melbourne on my birthday.
Question 4, what's something that almost everyone would disagree with you on?
Or no pineapple on pizza, or tomato sauce must be kept in the pantry, and so should the chocolate.
Question 5, would you rather have more time or more money, and whichever one you had, what would you do with it?
I think more money, because then I can make more change in the world.
Question 6, if you could start a rumor about yourself, what would it be?
My podcast isn't bad and more people should listen.
Question 7, if you could only do one form of exercise for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Probably swimming, because it uses your whole body and almost every muscle, and you can do it almost everywhere.
Question 8, what futuristic invention do you wish existed right now?
Oh, tough one. You know what? A way of either going back in time or have flying cars to get to work and places faster, because I'm never on time.
Question 9, what's your most embarrassing podcast moment?
It's probably the first couple of episodes, because I sounded so bad.
Question 10, what's your most embarrassing exercise or sport moment?
It'd have to be when I face planted when I first played netball for a local team, and I literally almost knocked myself out, and I had a black eye for about a week.
Question 11, when you were in school, what did you imagine your life to look like? Are you now doing it, or what would you have thought?
Or I knew that I wanted to be a designer, but I thought I would have had kids by now. And I didn't think I would have had a house by now too. But it's the other way around. I have the house, but not the kids. I have a dog instead.
Question 12, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Probably Italy. So a nice little quiet town where I could podcast and eat pasta all day.
Question 13, if you could only fuel with the same food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Potatoes, because you can have them in so many different ways.
Question 14, would you prefer to have 2 dogs or 1 dog and 1 cat?
I'd like a another dachshund or a golden retriever. 2 dogs.
Question 15. If you could tell yourself one thing 5 years ago, what would you say?
You'll work it out. You'll find a way to get there in the end and it will all be fine.
And the last question. If you had to choose one thing out of everything you do now, triathlon, podcast, or full time, if finances didn't matter, you could only do that one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. Like podcasting would be fun, but I feel like you get bored of doing the same thing. So I'll have to say designing houses. I'll happily do that for the rest of my life because that will change throughout the rest of my life and you're always giving somebody a place to live. Thanks for jumping on the pod.
Solid.
Thanks heaps for listening to this ep. I hope you enjoyed a little insight into my life and have the best rest of your day. Have the best week and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.